Mr. Chris Funk, elementary PE teacher and head baseball coach for many years, will be stepping in as a new assistant principal.
Weekly news for the Table Rock Lake community. This is Byte News.
Reed Spring High School is getting 5 new teachers this year, as well as Mr. Chris Funk as our new assistant principal. Welcome back. I'm Landon Hafer. Hope you all had a summer filled with fun and relaxation. Now that school is back in session, Reed Spring High School is at full speed with activities already scheduled for the first week. The volleyball team will be participating in the Branson tournament, as well as the softball team attending the Saturday tournament in Halfway, Missouri. Football will start the season with their home opener against the Monette Cubs this Friday at Carl Langley Field at 7 p.m. If you can't make the game this Friday, be sure to tune into RS Wolves TV on YouTube to catch the action. The big news for this week is the addition of new teachers here at RSHS. The science department will be adding 3 new teachers. Bree Hellman will be teaching natural science and biology. Bree is a graduate of Evangel College, where she participated in track and field. Richard White will be returning to Reed Spring after teaching in Hollister for a few years. Mr. White will be teaching chemistry, anatomy, and psychology, as well as a college course of Biology 102. Andrew Detmer will also be joining the science team of teachers. Andrew is a graduate of Drury University and also recently has been a point of care technician for Cox Health. Travis Cagle comes to RSHS from Branson as well and will be filling the spot of library and media center supervisor, as well as overseeing the A+ program for students seeking the A+ grant. Mr. Cagle will also be working with the football team as an assistant coach. Hannah Martin will be teaching choir this year. Hannah studied at Missouri State and taught for a short time at Fort Zumwalt High School before the COVID-19 pandemic. And rounding out the 5 new teachers is a teacher returning to the classroom from an administrative position. Tim Sego will be teaching a half day of political science and government while continuing to manage virtual students. We want to offer a warm Reed Spring welcome to you and wish you the best of luck in your Reed Spring school year. Returning to the new staff here at RSHS is a well-known face to the student body, Mr. Chris Funk, elementary PE teacher and head baseball coach for many years. He will be stepping in as a new assistant principal as Mr. Mueller moves to the VOTEC to prepare for the transition of becoming the director, as Mr. Thurman plans to retire. Our Havoc Arnell had a chance to visit with Mr. Funk recently about coming to the high school.
Today I got the opportunity to talk to Mr. Funk about his new position in Reed Spring High School. I first asked Chris Funk what his main focus of the school year would be.
Number one, establishing a welcoming environment for our kids where they can excel both socially, academically. For me personally, I want to be visible to staff and students to make sure that that interaction is appropriate and heading in the right direction. And then obviously, when you think about the culture of the high school, continuing to promote a culture that is meaningful and respectful relationships.
Then I asked him where he thought his career would go next.
I've been here for 19 years. This is the only district I've ever taught in. This place holds a special place in my heart. There's no reason for me to have a desire to leave. So, I'm very honored to serve the students and staff at Reed Spring High School, and want to stay here as long as I possibly can.
Seeing as some parents have been concerned, I decided to ask how he felt about working with older students.
I've taught the elementary school for 16 years. I also taught the middle school at the beginning of my career, but I've also taught 2 varsity sports for 19 years. So, there is some familiarity with the high school students with myself. Also, every kid that's been in our district since kindergarten, I've been their PE teacher for 3 years. So, again, there's familiarity with myself and the students.
Though Mr. Mueller is leaving our building, we will still be able to see him across the street. In the meantime, we are very excited to welcome Mr. Funk into our building.
That's a wrap for this week's news at Reed Spring High School. Have a great start to the new school year.